Good day, trail makers. So I wanted to try to build a buggy that can handle side slopes with gyros. Now I built this little buggy real quick just to play around with, and it has a few problems. So let me show you what I mean. It likes to roll.
All right, let's play some trail makers. Oh, crap.
What it needs is a complete redesign to put all the weight further down, or a gyro. So I put in a gyro. So it doesn't need to be at strength 10, but I put it at strength 10 anyway, just for demonstrative purposes. So you can see now, it doesn't spin out when it's turning. Very nice. What it does do is when you're on a side hill, does not navigate side hills well. See, look at that. That's a problem, and that's one of my pet peeves about gyros, is their inability to stay level to the ground on a side hill. So I've been playing around with angle sensors, and I thought, let's put a gyro on a servo attached to an angle sensor. Let me just demonstrate to you how this works. So let me just put an angle on here. So I have the angle sensor set to 120 degrees, an output of 1, and normalized, which means that when it's at its maximum, it's at 1. When it's halfway to its maximum, it's at 0.5, and that feeds into this rotating servo, which is angled at 60 degrees. So at its maximum 1, it'll be at this one's maximum. And I'm going to take the steering assist off there because that's going to make problems. Okay. So, in theory, let me put it on orbit cam here. So you can see that the angle sensor is pointing up when this is at an angle. It'll be level with the ground anyway, in theory. Maybe it's working. Except that it's always perpendicular to the ground. So even when you roll over, it's still going to be like, hey, I'm still level. So, next thing I did was putting distance sensors on that only turn on if it's off the ground. So I connected all of these, there's 4 of them, into a comparison logic. Set the comparison logic to trigger if it was less than 4, so if any of these are off, and it will turn on these gyros. Now I added a bunch of extra gyros because it wasn't working. I also hooked it into the lights up top so that you can see when the gyros are supposed to be on. But as you can see, it still flips. Which is rather baffling because it should just work. If they weren't on the gyro, if they weren't on the servo, it would work. And I wonder, because servos take away torque, I just wonder if they also take away the gyro stabilization. So then I thought, well, what part of the vehicle needs to be stabilized? And I thought, oh, what's the most important part of a vehicle? The seat. So I came up with this. Putting the gyros on the seat. And still the same things, the distance sensors into the comparison logic, and the comparison logic into the servo. And then they only turn on when your wheels are off the ground. So now navigate side slopes, not too bad. And okay, it's gonna be a bouncy ride. Okay, not quite the donut machine it was before, but hey, it's not too bad. Let's play with this thing on Christmas Island. See if we can find a present. Oh, yay, the 15th. But today is the... Did I say today was the 16th? Yes, I did. And this one is in a cave to the left. So that would mean it is over here. I didn't set up mouse steering on this. I wish I would have. It makes life so much easier. Drifting. You know what? I'm going to put different tires on the... Oh, that's better. What if it's in this cave? No, that's not the 13th. What day is that? Oh, it is today. I have no idea what that was. Thanks so much for watching, and hope you've learned something from this tutorial, and I hope that you can improve on my system. It obviously needs a little bit of improvement. It is not the best. It's a little jumpy and a little, oh, I don't remember seeing that present before. Let me check that out. Maybe that's tomorrow's. Although, after the last video I did, this is a little suspect. It doesn't have the red ribbons on it. And do the other ones have the... I fell for it again.